So it was a week.
Yeah, and it was awkward. And that was obviously at NFL Honors where Bill had all his rings out. Jordan had her ring out.
The 8 rings. Come on. We get it. We know, Bill.
Yeah. And the
Pick
jacket,
your favorite one or two.
You know the jacket you're referencing, I'm pretty sure is
NFL
his
100
jacket. Why would you wear that all the time?
With 8 rings.
With 8 rings. You're an insecure MFer.
Wow.
I mean, I just don't know why you have to. Everyone in that room knows you're Bill Belichick.
Yep.
They know everything.
No one else
done.
looks like you.
It's not like you're at
no one
some
else your age is dating a 24-year-old.
UN convention where everybody's like, who's that guy over in the corner? Oh, he's got an NFL
That's
ring.
the man who came up with cold fishing.
Like, I literally don't get it. And I don't know if it's supposed to be taken seriously, if it's supposed to be a funny flex. I mentioned Sean McVay, who showed up at the Fox set with his big ring. And right out the gates, he goes, yeah, I got a little bit of a flex for you guys here. You see this thing? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you can see it from the moon. And that, like, he made it a joke right out the gates. And it's only one, and that's fine. When you have 8 rings on and your NFL 100 jacket and your 24-year-old girlfriend in your arm.
And who is also not wearing very much clothing.
No. She was paying homage to the Lombardi Trophy, so their whole section
Does the Lombardi
of the dress,
Trophy have midriff? It's half naked?
It's very weird. Like, the whole thing, I've said this before, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't get it. And I'm not just talking about on the sexual level where old man, young girl, that whole thing. It makes me uncomfortable that a man is one of the greatest that ever walked the planet doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Seems to be so insecure that he needs to remind people of that or remind people of his accomplishments.
Well, Ben Franklin used to be out there wilding all the time.
What does that mean?
Just kind of like living out loud. He did some crazy things.
He was having fun.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are haters.
If Bill,
I'm saying,
no, you're okay with this,
on.
Diz? None of this makes you feel uncomfortable. None, the 8 rings, the NFL 100 jacket, the 24-year-old girlfriend.
Let me ask
none
you
of it
something.
makes
I say
you
it's a little garish.
Do you think that he walked around with those 8 rings on his hands the whole night, or do you think he took some opportune pictures?
What does that mean?
I don't
First
think
of all, the 8,
Belichick-
you know the 8 rings bother me. It's 6. You got 6 Super Bowl rings as a head coach. I don't need the 8 rings. Stop it.
That's what the boat says,
He was
too.
given those rings. They are his. They
the
were
boat
awarded to him.
is just he stole Jimmy Johnson's idea.
No, I didn't know.
Jimmy Johnson has like a 5 rings or whatever, and Bill just stole
And
the
to
idea.
top him?
Yeah. That's what he is. That's what I mean. It feels like insecurity. There's already, you know that one friend who you tell a story, Nick, like, wow, we had this great vacation. We did this. And he's like, oh, that's cool, but I had a vacation, and like has to top your story. Always has to
isn't that like a Seinfeld or a Curb Your Enthusiasm character, like the topper?
I feel like that's who Bill is. He's the topper.
Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Is he? So Bill is a story topper.
I don't believe so.
So
I
why
think
is he
he was
doing
having fun. Like, he's in the later parts of his life. He has a smoking hot girlfriend. Who
Does that make you uncomfortable?
Does it make me uncomfortable?
Yes.
I'm not Bill Belichick. I would imagine that
I didn't
when
ask you. Does it make you uncomfortable?
I would
to witness
imagine that when I'm an older man, I'm a man. I would like to have a hot girlfriend. If that is what I so choose. Right?
But does this make you uncomfortable seeing
No.
him with her as a diehard Bill Belichick fan?
No, I'm not her dad. Doesn't
That is
bother.
true.
No, it doesn't bother me. He's living his life. Like, I don't understand why everyone has to. Again, like.
Yeah, but my favorite response, though, I don't know if you guys saw this on Thursday night when the Snoop Dogg joke was first tweeted out. Might have been by like Savage Sports or another aggregator, right? Somebody's immediate reply was just the photo. Remember the famous photo of Anna Nicole Smith when she was dating the 95-year-old oil magnate, and the guy was looking like, "Please kill me."
Well, and the other one, it's called a one-upper, by the way, Fitzy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's the one-upper, yeah.
The other part is...
Oh, we're 978. We're not acting like 2 old fuddy-duddies. And by the way...
Nope, they are. Thank you.
I will
978.
absolutely read that because fuddy-duddy is a word or phrase we don't use often enough.
I feel like Bill should be acting like an old fuddy-duddy at his age and not whatever the hell he's acting like.
Oh, my God. Story is old as time. Old man with money has hot young girlfriend. Oh, my God. Stop the press.
Wait, but that's one aspect of it. Well, first of all, it's uncomfortably the break in the age. I mean, the difference in the age is.
She is an adult. She's like 24 years old, 25 years old.
In some countries,
barely.
It's true.
7-8 years. Some states, I think the.
Hey, honey, you want to
consent
pick up
is
the rental
16.
car? Sorry, Bill. Can you get it? I'm not old enough to get the rental car yet. She can't rent a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find that funny. Turn your mic on while you laugh back
I'm not
there.
laughing.
You are
I'm
laughing
not.
because you know
She's
it's true.
not.
On Twitch,
She's
I'm not
very
laughing.
young, Jordan.
You're right. They're both adults and
Look,
different
if
cultures,
that's truly
different
what
things
makes
to
him
each his
happy,
own.
that's fine.
And it actually, I'm not even sure if that bothers me as much as the 8 rings and then the jacket and then the just going around with her wearing the T-shirt, which is basically a big middle finger at Atlanta.
Well, that was
Super
my
Bowl
favorite
champs.
of the
That was
three
awesome.
things of the honors and the ensembles of the Saturday T-shirt in New Orleans or the whole Sunday routine. That was by far my favorite.
You know what's so funny is maybe this says about who my social circles are.
Okay.
So somebody's like, Hart morphing into Jones. In my personal life,
I do count the 2 rings with the Giants. Andy doesn't.
everybody I talk
Texter.
to in my personal life, friends, former coworkers, everybody,
Yep.
younger kids, my kids, their friends, everybody finds Bill's relationship with this girl uncomfortable. Like everybody.
It's weird.
But on the radio, there's this huge portion of Fitzy people, the cult.
Wait, why me?
I mean,
I think it's
Stiz. Sorry.
Stiz. Thank you.
I
think
pointed
it's-
at Stiz.
I would
said
certainly
Fitzy.
hope that at one point in my life, I don't show up at my boy's house like, "Hey guys, I know you. I loved your mom for a while, and things got weird. But say hello to your new mom, who's also younger than both
Yeah,
of you."
probably because y'all can't. You know what I mean?
No, I would-
like
no, no,
probably
no, no. I'll
because
have
y'all
you-
can't.
I would
so
have
if,
you
if
know,
all these
some
people
people
that
have
want to
told
say
me-
it's so uncomfortable.
Excuse
If you
me.
were that age and a multimillionaire and able to have a young,
I would not
smoking
be
hot
creeping it up
girlfriend,
with a
that
24-year-old.
you would not be.
I would not be.
I would-
I have no interest.
I would
Well, I'll
creep-
take your word for
I
it,
would not
Andy,
creep
but-
it up
No.
with a 24-year-old. I'd start at 27. Thank you.
No, I if in all seriousness, if I was his age, 70-something, I'd probably be looking in like the 40-something range. To me, that's a young smoking girlfriend for you at 70 whatever, but just quite close enough so that you're not the creep who picked her up at school kind of thing.
Oh, you don't think it's weird that he could be her great grandfather?
I think it's quite weird. And I also think it's quite weird that people playing on the radio, callers or texters, seem to think it's okay.
What about someone like Cher? Is that okay? She's notorious for dating younger guys.
No.
Is that
I'm quite
okay?
consistent in all this. It's weird in either direction. I wouldn't care if it was a gay relationship. If it's, I mean, I don't know why you look shocked at like that. That
No.
like,
I'm only
could be a man and a man, a man and a woman. If a man and a man was 72 to 24, or a woman and a woman,
like a Liberace type of thing.
I would look at it very strangely.
I wasn't expecting the show to go here, but
I would look at it very strangely. And in a weird way, this doesn't bother me as much as the rings and the other stuff.
My guess is that he was not walking around with them the whole time, that he put them on to take a few pictures. I'd be surprised if
He's got a
literally the
lot of
whole
photos with the 8 rings on.
Yeah.
So
Like
what?
this-
It's a wild accomplishment.
No, I
And
think he
would
was
be
that
showing
everybody
them off
knows
It's
too.
about.
the NFL
So what is-
honors. No,
why does it have to be
Stiz.
showing off to other people?
What I think he was honestly, in my heart of hearts, what I think he was doing is that because it's the NFL honors, it's the Oscars, the Grammys of NFL awards. He is there to tell the rest of the league, like, oh, so I won this many, and yet I still can't coach in y'all's league. Okay,
So it's an insecurity thing.
I think it's a frustration thing.
Because I actually tie the insecurity into Robert. I thought the Dynasty was an incredibly insecure venture for Robert. And I think these two guys that seem like somehow Brady's departure challenged them or poked them in a certain direction are now insecure in their accomplishments. Whereas the guy, and that's my bigger point here, that comes out on top yet again, is Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady looks very secure in his life. He's moved on. I bought the Raiders. I'm working at Fox. I'm doing whatever and the guy
Making
who we
bank. I
thought
got giant
would be
watches.
dating all these hot women has had a very quiet
Keeping it
dating
under
life.
the radar,
Right.
which is nice.
Isn't that kind of
I
cool?
do like that.
Because he can. Because he can Derek Jeter it or whatever you want to call it. I just, the guy that looks the best yet again, and this, I'm often a critic of this man, is Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the one we thought might be drinking and slutting and doing all these different things.
Wow.
And he seems like he's really content with his life. He's got a regular job at Fox.
He's
got
also a
fun
father
hobby.
to kids, but his kids are younger, so he need if you're Tom Brady right now,
Yeah.
and you're out just absolutely wilding, 4 a.m. TMZ, dating 19-year-old girls, whatever. All of a sudden it's like then Viv and Ben and all of them could just be like, Dad, the less you could do so that my friends aren't always holding up their phones and being like, hey, did you see this video of your dad stumbling out of a limo with this girl not wearing a shirt, like the same girl that Kanye brought to the Grammys?
So you don't think that's a challenge for, I don't know, Amanda Belichick, who coaches college lacrosse? She coaches 20-year-olds every day.
She's probably
You
not
don't
on
think
social
they're like,
media.
hey,
No, she is. I follow
hey,
her on
yeah,
Twitter.
she is.
Yeah, I could have used less from you.
And even if she wasn't, I'm pretty sure her players are. And they'd be like, hey, did you see your dad's girlfriend's dress at the honors the other night?
Yeah,
Wasn't a lot there.
I'm older than your dad's girlfriend.
That's awkward. And he has grandkids.
I know.
At various
I know,
ages
I know.
that are starting to get in the age of, I just, it's weird. Yes, it is.
Two quick things. One, because
I
I
hope
know
so.
we're up against it.
The producer should
don't
tell
think-
you
I
that
know.
we're
I
close to
apologize,
break.
Ken Laird, if you're listening. One, you don't think Brady would date younger girls like that? Two, do you think Brady has had any work done, plastic surgery?
Did you
Two
just
is-
ask that question in earnest?
Are those two?
Do you think? I'm not trying to be.
He's had a ton of work done.
Tons.
Is that insecurity?
I don't know. Not really. I think that was.
Oh, that's not insecurity, though.
To a degree, some of it may have been, but I
Okay,
think that was
but-
a lot of it was at the behest of Giselle.
It was.
At the behest of Giselle?
That's the world he lived in. He lived with a supermodel. That world, the acting supermodel, plastic surgery. That's just the reality of that world.
My Lanta. You
And by
guys
the way,
are
he's had a ton of work.
water.
The teeth,
I mean,
the
the
cheeks,
jawline, the hair.
the whole thing.
Stiz, you don't
So
get
don't
younger
judge
and have
until you're in that situation. So it's easy to sit here and say, I would never have plastic surgery. I would never be 70-year-olds and date a smoking hot girl. I think it's easy for us to sit here on microphones and judge, but
I
until
would-
you're in
well,
that
they're also
I
situation,
might be a
different
little more
things.
clandestine about
They're
it.
also
as well.
two very different things. One only involves you. Like, if you want to get a tattoo, get a tattoo. I wouldn't get a tattoo, but if you want to get a tattoo, get a tattoo. Dating a woman is that brings a different person into the relationship.